You're on the Bible Forum. I'm Warren Sprouse. We're here every Sunday night from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time, live. You can join us in our chat room. Vice President Pence apparently went to the United Nations this week to request the UN enact something called snapback sanctions on Iran. The snapback mechanism is included under the 2015 Iran nuclear deal, which the United States withdrew from in May of 2018, reimposing sanctions against Iran and enacting new penalties against the regime. Enacting snapback sanctions would include extending the arms embargo indefinitely on this regime following the August 14 rejection by the UN Security Council of the U.S.-led resolution to extend the arms embargo on Iran. In accordance with the 2015 agreement, the United States had to inform the Security Council a month earlier if it intends to enact snapback. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said, "Our message is very, very simple. The United States will never allow the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism to freely buy and sell planes, tanks, missiles, and other kinds of conventional weapons." I'm pleased to say, too, that these restored sanctions will also reimpose accountability for other forms of Iranian malign activity that the authors of the nuclear deal foolishly downplayed. Iran will be again prohibited from ballistic missile testing. Iran will be back under sanctions for ongoing nuclear activities, such as the enrichment of nuclear material that could be applied to a nuclear weapons program. Senior Israeli officials applauded the United States for activating snapback. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu immediately responded by saying, "I commend the United States for its decision to trigger snapback sanctions against Iran. This is the right decision." Organizations including the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, AIPAC, applauded the move, while J Street expressed objections. J Street is a nonprofit liberal advocacy group based in the United States whose stated aim is to promote American leadership to end the Arab-Israeli-Palestinian conflict peacefully and diplomatically. The UN Security Council's refusal to extend the arms embargo on the world's leading state sponsor of terror leaves the United States with no choice. They must retain the embargo. J Street called the U.S. move reckless, warned that this would only significantly escalate the current crisis and further isolate the U.S., but make it even more difficult for a new American administration to restore the JCPOA and the prospects for further democracy. The Democrat presidential nominee, former Vice President Joe Biden, has said that the United States would return to the 2015 nuclear deal if and when Iran returns to compliance. These are serious issues that are life-threatening if we don't get it right. Does anybody believe that Iran wants to play nice with everybody else in the world? Raise your hand. Does anybody believe that Iran has no hard feelings toward the West, the United States in particular, Israel? They just want to live at peace. Raise your hand. It's that simple.